Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's program, creating joy and something more, creating joy and much more. Sorry for having started late today. We were having some technical issues, so that's why we decided we start immediately. We don't start with the joy song. We'll just be singing the joy song as we go along. Good
Yes.
morning, Belkis. Are you ready to create
Yes,
some
good
joy
morning.
today?
I'm ready for that.
Excellent. Let's start with the quote of joy for today. The quote of joy for today says, "The only thing we have is the moment. The past and the future is an illusion. Use every moment."
Possible. Before, it used to cost a lot of, I would say, effort. But now, if we really slow down and we focus on the moment and we decide that in this moment, I am going to think peace, feel it, I mean, listen to something that is really peaceful and inhale deeply. And I say, I'm inhaling peace and create it in the moment because this is the moment.
Exactly. It amazed me that you say the past and the future is an illusion. And like you say, people love living illusions.
Mhm.
We want to create the new, we want change, but we want change based on what we've known. How can you create the new with the ideas, with the thoughts, with the images of the past?
Exactly.
And people tend to dream, and there's nothing wrong with dreaming. I know that if you can dream it in your heart, you can achieve it. However, we tend to dream out of personal desire, and that personal desire, those illusions, I would, I would, I would wonder if they, how you call it, they don't allow us to live the dream that is unfolding right now.
Exactly.
Because this, what we're living right now,
Yeah.
is the only thing that we have. And when we live in the past, when we want to bring things from the past to create the future, you're not in the present.
Exactly. And you see, it as you said, it's no problem at all with dreaming. But let's enjoy or let's actually create or see the unfolding of the dream that is happening right at this moment. Because you see, a dream is something like I can make a goal out of my dream, but it will depend on each and every moment if I'm going to achieve it, yes or no.
That's true. Let us now go and see what is the powerful word of today. The powerful word of the day is captivating. The meaning: captivating means capable of attracting and holding interest, charming.
You know, some people, and I'm going to take the aspect of speaking. Some people, when they speak, they're captivating, they're charming. You are really into what they're saying. And you see, I say that we need to be like that. Not only some people, but all of us. Because then people are going to be interested in listening to what you have to say. So and it's not only speaking, it's your whole being should be captivating, should be charming, should be really, I'll say, motivating, inspiring with your whole being.
I would say captivating, to be captivating or to be capable to attract and hold interest, you have to be doing it, whatever it is that you're doing, you have to be doing it from the heart.
Yes.
I mean, it is already proven by the scientists, and even if the scientists had not proven it, still, we would. It's obvious that when you do things from the heart has this magnetic field,
Yes.
and to captivate, to attract, and to hold interest, you should be doing things from the heart. You should be speaking from the heart. You should be singing from the heart. You should be working from the heart. Whatever you do from the heart is actually attracting and holding the interest. When someone speaks from the mind, you lose interest because the mind does not have that magnetic power. Does not have that magnetic attracting energy. So when people want to be very logical and very into their minds, they tend to be speaking by themselves. They tend to have these monologues, and they are only listening to themselves, because when you look around, when you see the audience, nobody is interested.
No,
You
nobody's
can
paying
see that. And when
attention.
someone's speaking from the heart, from the soul, it is captivating.
And it's very, I would say, enjoy. I mean, you really enjoy the presence of the person, because, and there is another thing. I do believe that if you're speaking from the heart, that means you're interested in the well-being and interest of everybody that is listening to you. When you're speaking from the brain, the intellect, you are want to prove something. It's more you than them.
It's more from the ego.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's from the ego, and it's for the ego.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right. Let us now go do our meditation. We're going to be practicing our meditation. What happened to my camera? It's almost looking like.
It's like you're on
Yeah.
its space.
Yes, it captivates only my head. Let us practice the meditation. Here we practice meditation to create joy. We practice this meditation to create joy for the well-being and for the benefit of the evolution of humanity. You know, I thought this sentence was something that we were only focusing in the Universal Energy School, and yesterday I finished a book that you put in my lap, I don't know how many weeks ago, but I'm a slow chewer. So yesterday I finished this book, The Secret of Shambhala. Finally I finished it. I could have finished it in one day, but you know, my way of reading, especially when you give me material to read and you say pay attention to, you know, what it's trying to tell us right now, I went really, really slow through it. And some days I couldn't even read one page. So after a very, very interesting weekend, I finally sat down yesterday and I read. And then at the end of the book, I'm not going to give away what it's all about, but they're also focusing on the evolution of humanity. And I was like, oh, there's the sentence again. There's the words again. So it's nice, you know, because you can be meditating for the well-being of the totality, for the benefit of humanity, but when you focus on the evolution of humanity, and that's why we create this joy. So let us practice our meditation right now. Yes, we're back from our meditation. We're going to listen to a song now and give our listeners and viewers a chance to send their greetings. Send your greetings to 563-3716. And when we return, we will return those greetings and we will be multiplying the joy for humanity. So we'll be right back.
From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of every man. From a distance, we all have enough, and no one is in need. And there are no guns, no bombs, and no disease, no hungry mouths to feed. From a distance, we
Thank you for listening to Creating Joy here on your Positive Radio.
Yes, we're back here in creating joy, and let us now multiply the joy from all of the greetings that we have received. We received greetings from Journey. Journey sending lots of love today. We receive also greetings from Vilma. Vilma says, Happy days. Greetings and good morning from Ernesto. Happy day, happy Tuesday from Jessica. And we receive greetings here from Noraima. She says, Good morning, family, filled with joy and laughter. A sweet day, a sweet new day, filled with all that is good for one and all, creating joy for the totality. Rajkumar says, Namaste to all. I trust that everyone are healthy and happy by God's grace. I welcome you all to create joy and happiness. Let us spread it across to humanity and the world. Let's be a magnetic by being attracting towards powerful words and thoughts. Happy, light-hearted day. That was very captivating, Rajkumar.
That is very
That
good.
was captivating.
Oh,
Regards
God.
also to Noemi. Noemi says, Good morning. She loves this song. She sends hugs and greetings to all. All right. So let us now go to the Catch the Good. Yes, let me see. Catch the Good. Catch the Good is the campaign that we have going on for many weeks now. Many weeks now. And there's still one big prize in. There's still one
Yes.
big prize in. Almost all the other prizes have been won, have been claimed, have been used. Past weekend, we had 2 students taking the
Yes.
basic level with what was the gift certificate that they had won from the Old Kunuku House, from Aruba Surfside Marina. They had won a basic level course in Universal Energy. So there were 2 lucky students that participated last weekend in the course with those gift certificates. Very nice to see how people are using this opportunity, this campaign to actually, with wisdom, pass along the good.
Yes, and I say, catching the good. I'm smiling. I'm like, should I share the catch the good of today? Well, I think I'm going to do it, We have a student. I mean, she's kind of interesting. Let me call her like that.
All of our students are interesting,
But this one,
extra interesting.
you know who she is?
I don't know who she is.
She's Clea.
Oh,
So she sends me a message early this morning, and this is what she shares with me about catching the good.
okay.
She says, very early today, I squashed a roach.
Uh-oh.
And then it was up with the legs up. And she said there was one that was moving. And then all of a sudden she said, I felt so sorry for the poor roach. And I thought, this is a living creature. So I sent the roach energy. Wow. Her legs started to move.
Uh-oh.
But I had to go to work, so I don't know how it went.
I'm going to tell
After
her
that.
how it's going to be.
And then she says, and that's a catch of good.
Yes, that's a catch, a good thing. But I'm going to tell you how it's going to be, because Master Dang had instructed us not to send energy to insects and those crawling, creatures, because they're going to multiply. So there's 2 things that can happening. She can reach home this afternoon and get a family reunion there. The roach is having a party at their house because they multiplied. or she's gonna reach home and there's gonna be many, many roaches that came for the funeral. Either
this
or,
Claire.
she's gonna multiply it. But it is something really good actually, because we have been talking a lot about this one simple yet very deep sentence that we learn at the basic level in universal energy, that the whole is within the individual and the individual is within the whole. And even now, when you have to, you have to, like in this case, discard of an insect, you do have that thought go through you, like, okay, it should happen quickly without suffering, because it is a living creature as well. What gives me a little bit of peace of mind, I would say, is knowing that I am accelerating the evolution process of this insect, of this animal, and that gives me a little bit of peace of mind. But however, I do think that this whole spiritual development has made me, I cannot speak about others, but it has made me much more aware of everything, being God's creation, everything having life. And people know from me that I really do dislike lizards, but I cannot kill them. That's one thing. I was talking to a friend that I told, I cannot kill them. I would rather open the windows, open the door, and go around the house with a broom and scream, because I would scream a lot more than them. I'm more scared than the poor little lizard. But I do not have it in me to, like, take that broom and, I cannot do that.
Well, you see, I was reading about Master, what he thought about that. And he said, how is it possible that you say you actually value life, but you kill so many other, living creatures? Every time we wash our hands, we're killing creatures, and he says,
So we've killed many creatures in the last year because we're washing our hands longer,
Exactly.
better, and more frequently.
Exactly. So, but look at it. You have to help them to evolve. For me now, I have absolutely no problem.
So there's going to be a baby boom next,
I don't know. I hope.
and they're gonna blame it on the pandemic, but it's actually they have to blame it on the washing of the hands.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Because we helped the evolution. And you see what happens is this. I say, you know what? We need to understand that everything has the process of evolution in
Right.
it. And we need to understand that if you have a creature that is in your area, do it with wisdom.
Yeah.
As you said, kill them fast and with the wish that they're going to evolve into something bigger and greater.
And especially with the emotional part, I mean, I would say, even if it is possible, I don't know if it is, but kill them with compassion and
Yes.
with love. It's kind of helping them,
Yes.
instead of killing them with fear or with anger, or
yes.
with disgust, because those are very low emotions, low vibration emotions. So don't do it in that way. But anyway, we will hear from Miss Clea how things were, if there was a family reunion that everyone came to visit, or if it became a funeral. Either or, sending energy to cockroaches actually helps them multiply. So we'll hear
Well.
all about that.
Yes.
Let me send here some greetings to Yahaira. Yahaira says, good morning. Joy for all beings of creation. Thank you. Okay, so let us now go to the juicy part. The juicy part. Positive topic of the day. Positive topic of the day. I've taken a short answer out of Communications with God, Book 2. And here it says, the soul speaks to you in feelings. However, many people think that whenever they listened to their feelings, this has gotten them into trouble. The reason for this is because we have labeled growth as trouble. and we have labeled standing still as safe. Your feelings will never get you into trouble because your feelings are your truth. If you want to live a life where everything is filtered through the mind, go right ahead. But do not look for joy in such machinations, nor for celebration of who you truly are.
I totally agree. I have actually this weekend when we were having, we actually had a study of us, the level 20s, and also we had a basic level. So we covered basically from one end to the other of what we in our school say it's the basic level to the highest level.
A study that actually got you into trouble
Why?
because we have to say we took the chance, we went and we got a very small group together.
Oh, yes.
We gathered a very small group together and we went to a place where the restrictions are very strict. So we only could invite a very few couple of people. And I know, in the past I used to question you a lot. You never tell me now that how good I've become. I don't question anymore. Yeah, let me give myself a shoulder pat, a pat on the shoulder. The thing is, in the past, you would say, okay, this one and this one and this one and this one, we're gonna invite them, and I would ask you, why them? Why you always pick the same people? Why would you pick that one? Because this one is new. Well, and I would always question you, but I don't do that anymore because I know now, as I just read, the soul speaks to you in feelings. I know you sit down and you feel who needs to be there, who has a purpose with this particular meeting. And it was a meeting, a very private meeting. We did not, publish it anywhere.
No.
So, but some people found out. And because Aruba is a small island, so people talk. And then they started to complain.
Yeah.
Why was this done in secrecy?
Yeah. Why they?
Why was everyone not invited?
Correct.
Because we're in a pandemic.
Yes, that's why. Because if it wasn't pandemic, I will have everybody. But you see, going back to what this is saying, we need to understand that the evolution of humanity has not stopped. And we need to continue. And yes, sometimes you need to make decisions and you need to feel.
Yes.
Okay? But then again, how do you know that what you're feeling is coming from your main soul?
And not from your gut.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of people that follow their gut.
I would not suggest for you to follow your gut, follow your heart. And then what happens is this, that you need to do it in such a way that who is it that you're doing it for?
Right.
You see, that is what gets the gate open as to where the source of your feelings are coming or are flowing from. And when you do that, you feel it and you know in your heart that this is the right decision because you're thinking on the benefit and interest of the whole. And when we do that in our daily lives, we are going to have the flow coming from the main source. And I say, this is the moment that we need to be focusing on that. Because you see, we don't have the luxury anymore of trial and error. Like yesterday, I got a message of something that I needed to decide that I've been doing for some years. And it was like immediately I said yes, without thinking about everything that has to be done around it. And I remember 4 years ago, I complained about it. But something in me didn't allow me to say no.
Right.
And I knew it was the right decision. Then afterwards, I think about the rest. But then I said, well, who am I doing it for? Should be each moment your question. This is what I'm doing. Who am I doing it for? Who is going to benefit of this action? And when I think like that, all the universe, everything, the invisible hand of God comes to you and guides you.
And I'm glad that you say that. And what I read just now that says that sometimes people have said that listening to their feelings had gotten them into trouble. This would have happened, I think, in two ways. I can only think of two scenarios. First one, you didn't listen to the feelings from your soul that come from the heart. Okay, you actually listen to the feelings that come from your gut, from your ego. That is going to definitely get you in trouble. And the second scenario would be, the way that you have expressed your feelings, because you cannot deny what you felt. You cannot ignore it. I think for me, I think what has gotten me so far in life up until now is that I have no problem expressing what I feel. And I see people sometimes really struggling, or even it's like they swallow their feelings. And whatever you swallow, it has to come out. One way or the other, it has to come out. And when there's crisis, when there's pressure, that's when whatever it is that you have swallowed, that you have not expressed, is gonna come out. It's gonna come out in a very ugly way most of the times. So I think it is very important to pay attention, because your feelings are only going to get you into trouble when you don't pay attention on how you're expressing your feelings. Everyone is entitled to feel. You have to know that. You're entitled to feel, you're entitled to have your feelings, and you're entitled, it's safe to express your feelings. You should feel safe, whether it is at work, whether it is in a community, whether it is in your family, whether it is in a relationship. You should feel safe to express your feelings. However, expressing your feelings does not mean going and hurting other people's feelings in that process.
I say this, because the point is for us to go beyond good and bad. We have this golden opportunity now to rise above good and bad. If we pay attention, what we label bad in our process of evolution is exactly what we need in order to continue to the next level of evolution. So if I can say, how are we going to go above and beyond duality, is by saying, you know what, everything is positive. And if you want to link it to your religion, your belief, you have to say, well, everything is God, or everything is Jesus, or everything is Allah, or everything is Buddha. Because if I say that everything is that one frequency, that one being, then all of a sudden, nothing is bad anymore. Nothing is negative. Negative cease to exist.
Right.
Because you see, I only have to think, okay, in this moment, whatever is happening, why is it happening? It is happening for me to evolve as a person, as humanity. So basically, if I start seeing life with those eyes, then nothing is negative, and I don't stop my process of evolution. And I do finally understand that life is helping me. It doesn't matter what I've been taught, but life is helping me to evolve and continue my growth as a soul and as a being.
Exactly. And when he says here, if you want to live a life where everything is filtered through the mind, go right ahead, but do not look for joy in such machinations, nor for celebration of who you truly are. Who you truly are has to do with your feelings. Who you truly are has to do, it is like the way that the soul communicates to the body. It's through your feelings.
Sharon, if I think about it now, emotion is energy and motion, right? And when I feel something or I sense something, it's only I am registering the energy that is being processed through my nervous system. And it's just a signal that I am registering. And what we have done with these signals is that
You've labeled them.
the lower ones are bad and the higher ones are good. But if I live life between those two, it's going to be exhausting. All I have to do when I feel these lower signals, just rise them. And when I rise with them and I continue my evolution.
I don't even know if that chart that you just mentioned, that the lowest one we label them as bad and the highest one we label them as good. I think over time there's been frequencies that we have gotten used to, and it's like it says here, if it is part of your comfort zone, even though it's not completely the highest, the loving, the happiest, the joy, the most joyful, but you're used to it, it feels safe. Some people choose to stay in that frequency.
Let's talk about that.
Stillness, standing still, not wanting people to rock your boat or to change things. That can also be labeled as it's good, but it's not good.
Let's talk about that part. I have come to realize that we are very strict with ourselves and with others. Because if somebody does not raise their vibration, how is this person going to want to change or to let go of that vibration that we say that this person is comfortable with? And here's where compassion comes in. Because you see, if I help the person rise, in vibration, then this person can choose wisely. And that's why Master used to say, we need wisdom and enlightenment.
Right, they go hand in hand.
Exactly, because you see, it is the frequency of the person that needs to change, and then they will want to do and choose something different.
Right.
Because it's true, Master said, what happens? We want change, but we want somebody else to do it. And then we might move
The thing
and
with
do something.
vibration is, I think as human beings, we tend to see things or think in a linear way.
Yes.
And we think that, as you said, there's low vibration, there's medium vibration, there's high vibration. And we tend to think that it stops there. It's finite. It's like you okay.
It's finite.
It's finite. I already raised my vibration, so now everyone else should raise theirs. Okay, I'll be sharing, but I'll be waiting for you up here. And it doesn't work like that. It's like it is continuous. It higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. It doesn't stop. And life and your feelings indicate you when it's time to make that shift again inside of you, because you continuously can experience that in your surroundings, but inside of you get that feeling that it's time to make another shift.
Sharon, there's one thing that I have come to realize, that as humanity, we think that I am evolving. No. We are evolving. If I live my life, that whatever action, little action here, me, on this tiny island, as we're making a different choice, well, that choice is helping humanity to evolve.
Exactly.
We are part of humanity. So whatever I say, whatever I do, whatever I feel, or whatever I think, I am impacting the totality.
Right.
Because I am not evolving alone. That is the problem. We think that we can evolve separately. I remember we have a student that, she used to really, really get me, how can I say, to breathe deeply. Because
she helped you evolve a lot.
Yes, a lot.
Yes. Lots of feelings would rise. Yeah.
Because and it was something simple she was doing. When she was in a situation at home, and then she says, but I am at peace. And I was like, wait a minute. How is it possible that you are at peace and everybody around you is just upset and messed up? It's not possible. We are not disconnected. We are one totality. It's one world. It is one humanity. If I am at peace, then everybody should be at peace, period. And how am I going to increase that to impact humanity? Because I am going to impact, and actually, this is one thing Master said, in a level, he said, you take care of 10 people. Now imagine if 100,000 people are doing just that, taking care of 10 people. That will multiply and we can even reach 1 million. But you see, we don't think like that. If everybody goes there and works the people around them, and each one of us do that, what we're going to do is eventually reach higher numbers where people are really and truly feeling this happiness and this joy.
Exactly. So you have to be in that feeling mode in order for you to actually live in joy.
Exactly.
When you want to live in joy, when you want to celebrate life, you really have to be in the feeling mode. You really have to be. You really have to be. It's not doing and thinking, and you really have to simply be. Okay, and that is who you truly are. So we're gonna leave the program at here. Yes, we're gonna finish the program off right now. Tomorrow we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow in Papiamento. Next week, Tuesday, we'll be back in English. So I'd like to thank everyone for the audience, and also wish you a joyful day, a happy day, a day filled with laughter, with happiness, with joy. Let's continue to spread it and towards humanity. Have a sweet day all. Thank you. Raj Kumar also says, thank you everyone. Let's continue to spread the joy and happiness to humanity. Sweet day to all. So have a captivating day and be captivating wherever you are.
Exactly.
Just be. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.